My Dad the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
All right. So if anyone out there listening has access to Netflix, if you like Black Panther, I highly, highly recommend My Dad the Bounty Hunter.
The animation looks nice.
It is. It is. The voice acting, I mean, it's just an all around solid show. If I'm going to give it a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9.
Nice.
It is.
I like
really
how you
good.
didn't say 10. I like how you said 9.
Right.
Yeah.
There are very few perfect shows or perfect movies. This one is very good, but it's not perfect.
I'm looking forward to liking it. After some strong recommendations from Mark Anthony, I decided to watch My Dad the Bounty Hunter. This show was what I was asking for. I'm surprised it took me this long to get it. Man, Netflix and their one season binge model. Why not a weekly? Why not have episodic? Why not have people talking about it for weeks and weeks and build momentum and hype? Ugh. But I did get to see season 1 of this show. The show was about Sean, his sister Lisa, and their dad, the bounty hunter. They called him dad for the most of the show, but his name is Terry. Oh, look, it just popped up. Let's read the synopsis. What does it say? It says, birthday boy Sean and his sister Lisa plan to spend the weekend with their dad, but when he's called into work, they both decide to secretly tag along. That's because dad works in space. You saw the trailer for this show? You probably know that. Mom is in the show also. She's the one over here driving them to dad, and mom is more important than a character in a show called My Dad the Bounty Hunter than you would think she is. It does take time to get there. I don't want to spoil everything for you. I'm trying to say that if you're looking for representation of one side of the family, the parents, don't think that it's costing the other parent, because I haven't started season 2 yet, and I think that I know what's coming with the mom in season 2, and I know that there's going to be more with her. It may look like, well, there's a broken family. There's mom and there's dad, and they're not together, and don't worry about that. I'm telling you, when you're asking for shows that execute what you want to be executed, this one does that completely. With Sean and Lisa, the relationship with their dad, just because there is trouble and there's rocky moments, it doesn't at all. In this show, watching the show, it doesn't mean that this is some negative stereotype being furthered. It ignores stereotypes. They go to space. It ignores stigma. While they're in space, it's episodic. There's 10 episodes, and some of the episodes, you know, they're a little bit slower, and they don't feel like they're building to anything. But if a character is met, don't worry, that character will be reoccurring, and you'll see him or her a second time or a third time. It's not meaningless. There is direction. Sometimes, you know, you can get into a show like The Simpsons, everything returns back to the normal by the end of the episode. No, there's a reason for this story. Getting into the 10th episode, there's a reason for why we did everything we did, including moments like this when they're emptying out the trunk. And what's that? Who cares? Get rid of it. You see how that was just minuscule? Huge part of the show. It wasn't an eye-popping, eye-catching, look at this is going to be important. It didn't even happen on screen. But we did know that he disposed of those circles, spears. It matters to the show. As you see here, the species vary from these cocks, this little alien weird freaky thing. Look in the background here, you see many different looking creatures. So Sean and Lisa and their dad, looking the way that they look, never comes into question or is even a topic here in this show. They're in space, and the yucky reminders of history that we're sick of are not here. Now that's not even like a compliment. That's just, I don't have that to complain about. And it's so rare that it's worth bringing up in this video a second time. Like, it's not, yeah, that's the world we live in. But My Dad the Bounty Hunter does take care of it. It's more so about the relationship between dad, who's so cool. Oh my God, the voice acting for Sean. And it's a kid. What's his name here? Jacoby Swain. Killing it with the voice acting. And I hope in the next season that he gets a little older so that I can hear his voice mature and get older. I hope time actually passes in this franchise and they're never forever kids, you know? What if mom and dad link back up, romance back up, and a third kid is born? That would be nice. I'm writing this next season for them. because this kid is gonna age and he's worth keeping. I want to see his voice grow. Here are some more species. 3 eyes. I like when like these background characters, like the tusks here, half pig, but then he kind of has scales also. Even like these background guys were given a little bit of thought. That's nice. Little alligator, Trandoshan. And robots all over the place. Droids. How is this not Star Wars? You can really plug this story into Star Wars if you wanted to. And I bet the writer, no, he probably can't say that, but I bet that's what he was going for. Jumping into episode 3 now, where you can see mom and dad do have these conversations on the phone. There's also some decent fighting in this show if you're looking to get your action fill. I've seen better, of course, but that's still like cool, right? Guys are punching, guys are blasting. Okay, fireman's carry takedown. And the bounty hunter and the bounty hunt continues to be, the specific one, continues to be a theme overall, overarching. In episode 4, when Sean is in his little droid outfit, Lisa's a real person, except you can't make out her age, so I guess that helps out with why she's taken so seriously. They split from the dad, and we get to see care from father to younger kids, and that's important to see, and gets you rooting for the dad. Because as a child, you're watching this show, you're going to live vicariously through the main two, the kids. Why wouldn't you? They're the kids, you're a kid, you're looking at it that way. But then you got to see, man, I really do got to hold my dad's hand, as you can see them here, as he's walking away. Like the importance is reinforced. So as a responsible parent, you're watching this going, I need my kids to know this message. I give them points for that. Probably not people are going to give points for that. I will.
Guess they didn't know who they were messing with, huh?
And we get moments like that. She warms up to him, man. The absent dad. Why is he never here? All that. He's going to explain to these kids. I'm working. I'm struggling. And everything you see in your life day to day that you're not appreciating, right? Because all kids want is the attention, the relationship. They don't realize that the fridge is full. And you know, maybe kids are gonna watch this and hear out the dad, and then when they see their dad going off to work, and man, like mom's always here, you're not. Maybe that can click in. Star Wars homage if I ever saw one.
The happiest place in the galaxy. Happens to be run by the company your old man works for, so behave.
That line was such a shot at Disney and how they just happen to own everything. How did they get away with something like that? The happiest place in the galaxy. Oh, okay. Not the happiest place on Earth. I didn't find many examples of adult humor. It's not exactly Shrek. We got a white Bronco. But it was something there. This episode may be the most adult, though. In a fight here, hey, the creatures were prisoners. Dad, we got to save them. Dad says no because we're on a mission.
Our mission is to catch Vax and get paid so we can get you guys back home.
But Dad!
Lisa, it's not our business.
And then he squirts himself here. And that discussion between Lisa and Dad builds to something. It's a great way to have conflict in the show without making the characters look stupid or bad or anything. He's got to clean up his son's shirt. So Lisa, don't wander off. I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, we're just gonna go off here. You stick around there, sit in your chair where you're supposed to be sitting. And she's seated. And what does she notice to the side? That's the bounty we're supposed to be collecting. And because of this reason, Dad just said, hey, look, the reason why we're here is this. She's like, I'm gonna wander off now, because I need to keep tabs on who that is.
Dad is...
Everything is within character. Lisa is the way that she is because Dad misses a lot of her events. There's a flashback sequence, and you can see the artwork here in the flashbacks is different. I don't mind that, man. That's like just putting a little bit of extra thought. It gets into like 2D artwork later on. Maybe it was the concept artwork that I don't know why it's 2D, but I just like that there is some different sort of art styling here whenever they do a flashback showing mom at her play. I guess that's the grandma also right there.
Yeah!
They did a musical of Highlander? Wow. That sounds kind of cool.
I think a strength of the show is how long they waited to get the falling out between Lisa and her dad. They built to it. There's a unique reason for why in this episode he's wagging his finger and she's upset and she's strong-willed away and he doesn't want to hear it at all. They got here in a great way. And I understand, man, that's the kid in the middle. No, if you're a child watching this, you're going to live vicariously through him and you're focusing more here. Chillmonger's watching this show and I'm living through this and I'm watching this and I'm looking at how you can be totally in the right because of your protection and you're the dad. But her mindset for the conflict that they're talking about, it makes her correct morally where she's coming from.
I said watch your tone.
You don't think about us. You don't think about Mom.
I don't think about y'all? Huh.
That's not what I...
No, that's what you said, right? I don't think about you.
Man, jumping over to episode 8 where we flash back to LA in 1995 and we see the beginnings of how we got to where we got to in this show. I think it was wise to wait this long into the season to get into the backstory. I'm sure it was burning at the creators to kind of get this out there, but they're going, what's more important to focus on? The immediate kind of thing to catch the attention of the kids and the adults, the viewers, is not to go into the history of why we got here and how we started this. We only had like 30, how long is an episode? 20 minutes before we get to the credits? That's how much time you have to catch people. We can do the back history and the flashbacks later on during the episode number 8. I give them points for that. As a creator, as we all know, I am a comic book author myself who's been scripting and getting ready the hottest franchise since Star Wars. I have a lot of backstory and reasons to why we got to the present day events with our current day heroes. But I knew not to. I didn't have to. I knew not to I knew not to explain the world of that I'm creating. I knew not to explain the system of powers that I'm using. And I'm more so like, here's the main characters, try to like them. And there were things I had to cut that I hope that if I get an issue number 8, I can be able to, do some of that more over there. I'll jump to episode 9 where you see this on your screen, and I'm not going to say where and how and why, and I'm just going to show this moment.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so
How cool was that? I'll leave it there. But I wanted to make that part of this video, just so there's not like any illusions that there is a constant or a never-ending resolution to this problem between dad and child. Okay? Okay. Episode 10, I'll give you... I can't do anything from episode 10. I will not. I can't go here. I can't click on that. I'm clicking on it. What do I want to show you? Here, this is my episode 10 screenshot when I talk about it. You guys don't need to know anything, okay? There's a lot that happens here, and it would be wrong of me to show you. It's written by Shakira Presley. So recognize Shakira Presley, okay, for writing this. Did she write all of the episodes? My Google search tells me that the creative director was Alex Konstad, so recognition to this creator as well. IMDb says the creators are Everett Downing Jr., Patrick Harpin. I like giving credit to writers more so, though. But, of course, this is a team effort with Laz Alonso killing it as, what's his name, Terry? Terry is the name? Where's the name of the character? He voiced Terry, yes. Oh, look at that. Everett Downing Jr. does the voice of Bog Dog, that character. Nice. Episode's 1 writers are Everett Downing Jr., Justin Gordon Montgomery, Patrick Harpin. It looks like there's going to be a revolving door of creatives, and it's been working. It's been working for season 1, and I'll be checking out season number 2 with more of Tess and Sean, Lisa, Terry. As you go, I'll do what Mark did for me, and that's recommend you to go to the Netflix After School YouTube channel, find My Dad the Bounty Hunter full first episode, all 25 minutes of this show, My Dad the Bounty Hunter, and it's there. I recommend that. Don't leave a comment on this video. Go watch the episode. Don't subscribing, that would take too much time. That's a half second that you could be using to be clicking on this instead to get started on your journey of My Dad the Bounty Hunter, which is everything we ask for.